a voice of rescue with a word to rescue for your training and overcoming. Trained, not troubled.
Trouble is suffering of adversity, affliction, evil, hardships, persecution, test, trials, tribulation. It is accompanied by a difficult obstacle, problem, or situation. And note that it's never easy. And so by nature it's challenging. There is a level of complication. And so we know that it is first of all a trick, and that it is hard. And also, if it's hard, that it is marked by a tough time. And yet, God tells us in 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, the TPT translation, that we all experience times of trouble, times of testing, temptation, being tried, or being put to the proof. Being put to the proof. We'll talk about that later on in the series as to what proof it is that we are being put to. But this is normal. This is normal for every human being. But God will be faithful to you. He will screen and filter the severity, nature, and timing of every test or trial you face. He's placing a limitation. He's telling this trouble, this is how far that you can go. So he's putting a constraint or a regulation, come on the trouble, to say this is how long, this is how much you can trouble this person. And the reason why he does this is because he will not allow it to prevent us from being tested or troubled beyond our ability to cope or beyond our ability to endure. Therefore, the first thing that we need to know about trouble, while it is sent by Satan, it is regulated by God. It demonstrates God's faithfulness to provide us with the grace that is sufficient to endure the adversity, the affliction, the evil, the hardship, the persecution, the test, the trial, the tribulation that we face, so that we can bear it. And so it then becomes, number one, an opportunity to understand who God is. And that first and foremost, whatever it is that we face, that God is faithful. He is faithful in that not only is he regulating the trouble, He promises to never leave or forsake us. And so if he's regulating the trouble, then he has not abandoned us in the trouble. And in doing so, he has provided for us a way of escape to bring us out of it victoriously, understanding that his ways are not our ways in the natural aspect, but they are, again, his ways. So he is faithful to provide a way of escape so that we can come out of our trouble victoriously. And God's faithfulness is merely a confirmation of the fact that he is true, that he is credible, that he is sure, that he is certain, that he is right-minded, right-hearted, right-spirited, undeniable. He's not a man that he could or should lie. If he said it is done, he will do it. And so his faithfulness not only gives us a way of escape, but the power to endure and overcome every trouble that we could ever face in this race called faith.